Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are playing some more TCG Card Shop Simulator, and now that I've been playing for a bit, I've gotten quite a few ghost cards that are looking really nice in my little display case here, and just kind of accumulated a bunch of cards all together. I kind of wanted to talk about something that I don't really see anybody talking about lately, and I guess I understand why, because there's kind of no reason to at the moment, but I figured I would take the opportunity to do so because it's going to become relevant, I'm pretty sure, at some point. So let's talk about these cards and the monsters, because it's very easy to play this game and just kind of ignore it. You got hundreds of cards and thousands of cards coming in all the time, and like you can't really do anything with them, so you just kind of overlook it, and it's not really something you think about. And I feel like that's a little bit of a disservice because like there's a lot of detail and a lot of effort looks like it went into a lot of this stuff. And if you go to, I think it's number, no, maybe it's type. Okay, yes, if you go to type in your sort by section here, you can actually see the evolution lines for a lot of these monsters. And to be honest, man, somebody really put a lot of effort into this. Like, at first glance, you look at a lot of these and they look pretty generic or pretty simple, but like if you look at some of the evolution lines here, like somebody really put some effort into this. It feels like somebody was pretty passionate about a lot of these and really thought these out in the way that they would evolve, what they would look like during that transition. Now, one of the interesting ones is this star, then this star. Like this one, this is the only one that seems to decrease in quality. Like this first one had some promise, and I'm like, yeah, this looks pretty cool. He'll probably turn into something interesting. And then it turns into this, which looks like a completely different creature from a completely different thing. And then that turns into this, which is like a 3D weird model. And then this somehow turns into that. And that's just, this is the one that I'm just like, what the hell happened here? Like, most of the rest of them kind of follow some kind of logic, like a little clam. He kind of comes out of his shell a little bit. Now his shell is kind of like armor, and then he turns into this guy. It's like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. This is just weird. Like this right here, this is probably the one standout where I'm just like, oh, somebody gave up on this one. This is like the last one done, and somebody was just like, you know what, whatever. But some of these, like I said, like this line is pretty cool. This and to this, to this, to that. Like, look at this dude. Starts off as a little derpy bat, turns into a fucking Batman Jr. Just like this evolution tree is pretty sweet. And it almost, like, now that I've taken the time to actually like stop and look at these cards and kind of examine them fully and see their evolution lines up, like I kind of want to pick my lineup. Like, what's gonna be my six? You know, if this was like a Pokemon game or whatever, like what would be my six or whatever? I find that line of reasoning kind of interesting to think about. But just looking at some of these cards, like I said, man, like this one right here, I really like this card. I like the way this guy, what is it, Flory? I love the way this thing looks. I think it's got a really cool design. There's a lot of cards that here, like this thing looks straight out of Digimon, but this thing is pretty cool too. And what you notice, like the more you start looking through here, you start to notice that not everything has a like definitive evolution path. Like some of them are just like singular monsters. Like this thing doesn't seem to turn into or come from anything. This thing doesn't seem to have anything either. This mummy right here, I don't think there's any kind of path to that one. Now, I don't know if these cards are like 100% in order, but they kind of seem to be. So let's see here. And yeah, as a matter of fact, if you look here, usually if it says basic down there in the bottom left, that means that this didn't evolve from anything. It's just standalone. So this one right here, you see it says basic there. There is no evolution before this. This one too, and also this one. But I don't know if anybody's actually taken the time to just actually stop and genuinely just take a look at a lot of these designs. Like even these, like these things look like they would be like legendary monsters, like, you know, the you know, just like all the legendaries that just exist in this form, and that's it. That's the only form that they come in. Even this turtle looks like it's looks like it could be something legendary. Doesn't have an evolution path. And then these guys, these really got the Pokemon vibe. These evolved forms right here, this really looks like an actual Pokemon evolution. Weirdly enough, this fish right here has really got heavy Pokemon vibes too. I just thought it was interesting to like actually take some time and like look through these actual evolution paths to see, you know, what they end up turning into in the end. Some of them are a bit more generic than others. Some of them aren't really all that impressive, but honestly, if you actually sit and take time, like this, for example, because Nimbless, Nimbaculo, and then Nimbus Strike. Maybe I will go through and just pick like what my 6 would be, and I'll grab like the final evolutionary form. So, oh, see, this one was interesting too, because I swear it seems like this has like a crazy line of evolutions. There seems to be more than just 4. Although, no, okay, never mind. These are completely different. All of these look like they follow the path all the way up, but no, this just turns into this. But these 4 are all okay. See, I thought that was interesting because I thought this thing had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different evolutions, but that's not the case there. Yeah, I don't know, man. Just after a while playing this game and seeing all these cards and stuff, and it's kind of crazy how much the art styles and stuff vary. Like this guy, just looking at the way this is designed versus this, like completely different art styles on these cards. And I know that happens a lot with like other Pokemon cards and stuff like that or whatever, so I know that's not like a huge point to point out, but I don't know, man. Now that I've taken some time to look at them and check them out, I think these cards are very interesting, and I do think it would be worth getting invested in, you know, what cards you like and what cards you don't, because once this becomes a game, you know, like once we actually be able to use them, you know, people are kind of inevitably going to be building decks. You're going to get your favorite monsters versus others. There's going to be some OP cards and some not so good cards, I think. So just something I thought was interesting. If you haven't actually taken the time to look at a lot of these cards and really examine them and check them out, and appreciate like the work that kind of went into a lot of the art for these, man, it's like I said, it's really cool. Some of them, not all of them are, you know, amazing, but a good amount of them, I think somebody really put a lot of effort into, and they did a really good job. So that's it for this topic. I just wanted to talk a little bit about it because I hadn't seen anybody really talking about it or really paying attention to the cards at all, just kind of trying to draw as many things as they can and you know, progress through the game. So let me know what you think. Do you have a favorite kind of monster in this game, Tetramon or whatever? Is there an evolution path you think is particularly awesome versus another? Any monsters that you are particularly drawn to that you think you would probably use in a battle for this game or whatever? Just let me know. I just kind of wanted to start a conversation around it, and I'm curious to see if anybody else has kind of been paying attention to them, because there's a lot of interesting things to be seen in here when it comes to these cards and these evolution paths, and I don't think we should just brush it off, because somebody put some effort into this, although there was little to no effort put into these. I think we can all agree on that. But anyway, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.